Good afternoon, everybody. Presentation is going to go reasonably quick. The objective is just to give you a quick introduction, a bit of history in terms of what we've done, in terms of ISO 50001 and what we've done, and then just do some basics of what we're going through. Question, who's the user? All right, Johnson Matthey, a company that comes from many, many years ago, 1817, specialist chemicals company. Currently generates around about 5.9 billion a year, etc. We form part of one of the 5 divisions, which is ECT, which is part of the emissions control technology team, and there's 14 around the globe. That's the substrate. That's the catalyst that goes in your car. So that's the piece of the goodie that's in your car that turns all the nasty fumes into the good fumes that comes out your car. Which is quite nice. So the point is to get that catalyst to actually physically work. You put some platinum and palladium into it. It requires vacuum and compressed air. You put it in ovens, heat it up, cool it down, and then it goes into the canners to go into your car. So a lot of heating and a lot of cooling and a lot of stirring because you make a lot of slurry. All right. So the basics of the catalyst is there. Moving on. So we knew in 2010 already that Eskom was going to become a problem. You sort of had this guess as to when the demand's going to sort of exceed the supply sort of thing. So in 2011, I think we decided that, listen, we need to do something about this. We need to sort of get a handle on this. And at 2011, we didn't really know what was going on. You know, we had poor records. We couldn't quantify our savings. And then this is where we joined up with a group of people that assisted us. We introduced the ISO 50001 system. Yes, we had behavioral issues, plenty of behavioral issues. We had team composition issues, measurement issues, because everybody thinks you need to have this fantastic measurement system to go into place, which in some places, yes, you do. But what is best for you? So in 2013 as well, we eventually got ISO 50000 certification. 2014, we had the surveillance audit. 2015, we eventually broke the 15 million mark. And then the point I'm trying to make is, in the blue, what's next? And the point what's next is sustainability. You need to sustain what you've saved, and then you need to continue with the projects. And that's why you need a systematic system. All right. So now that we've got that in place, let's move over to what Arden just said. That's a cost slide, different to what Arden's presented it, because we also got 1 Rand 23. The only difference in 2011-12, you were getting around about 18% more electricity for every Rand. In 2014-15, you're only getting 0.78 or 0.77% for every Rand you're spending. So if you look at that graph, in the red, that's the money, and in the blue next to it, it's tall, and then on the right-hand side, you can see it's far less. So you're getting a lot less for the money you spend. All right. In essence, what are you trying to do with a energy management system? Is you're actually trying to produce more with less energy. All right. So now let's get down to the basics of energy management. All right. All right. So while we're busy, I'm going to continue talking. All right. So what you're going to see next slide is you're going to see power. What is power? Power, kilowatt hours is power and time. So let's get down to the real basics. Power, time. And you want to produce as much as you can, units of production. So what you're actually trying to say is you need to reduce the amount of installed capacity. While your piece of equipment is down on breakdowns, what are you doing with that time, and how fast are you running your lines? So essentially, that's your strategy, isn't it? Reduce installed capacity. When your line's not operating, don't try and slow it down somehow. And when it is running, run it like crazy. Get as much parts through as possible. That's the strategy. Now, what you're actually trying to do now is that's simple. Who is required? Who does physically use it? It's the users who now need to know the strategy. That's why awareness is absolutely key. Because the users, they're in control of the energy. If they don't know this, they're not going to know how to save energy. All right. Once you know and you've got your strategy, how are you going to physically attack this beast? This beast is all about knowing which is your biggest animal to really attack. And once you know what to attack, you attack it. And then that's how you start breaking those bigger pieces of energy into the smaller pieces of bite size that you can actually work with. We're stuck again. All right, and then what I'm trying to say is after that, and you've got your management and you've got your distribution and all that sort of stuff, You've actually now put your plan in place. You've identified your strategy. You've put your plan in place. You know which pieces of equipment you're going to target. Stuck? All right. Then what you're going to do is you're going to move over to measurement, because how do you know what you've done is actually physically working? And the point is also, once you don't need this fantastic system. You need a system that works for you. So all you need to know is your energy going down? And if it's not going down, why not? And did something increase, so you can investigate it. It's simple as that. Then you've done that now. So you've got your strategy in place. You've now identified your significant energy users. You've got your measurement in place, and everything's working. What's next? Start all over again. Plan, do, check, act. And that's it. That's as simple as what it gets as far as energy management is concerned. So some lessons learned. Systematic approach. We found ISO 50001 gives us guidance. It keeps us honest, because I tell you what, when you go back and you see you go self-audit coming up for audit, you're gonna pick up some non-compliance issues. Previous speaker, I can't remember his name, he spoke about the functional requirements of the machine and making sure you're operating to it. Because if you've got a machine that's got 30 kilowatts, it can operate at 5 kilowatts. It's obvious. Team composition. Team composition, gentlemen, everybody thinks you need these bunch of electricians on the team who know what's going on. Essentially what you need is a specialist in terms of energy. You need a person who's good at reporting. You need a person on the team who can persuade and has influence at top management with capital. And that's what you need. And in terms of awareness, who's the user? You saw on the significant energy users, we're using air conditioners. Who's the user of the air conditioner? You are. Who's the user of the machine? The operators are. They need to know the strategy. And it's all hands on deck, because it's not only you in the office, it's everybody. So just coming to the last slide. Attitude is king. Awareness and knowledge is key. If you don't know what the potential savings opportunities are, you're not going to look for them. And if you don't look for the savings, you won't find them. And if you don't care, savings are not going to happen. Thank you.